Everyone thinks a $2 chocolate bar is just chocolate. They're wrong. That price tag doesn't reflect what actually goes into getting cocoa from West Africa to your checkout lane. It reflects a supply chain built on razor-thin margins for farmers and a global system where the costs are distributed so unevenly that most of them land on people you'll never meet. Let's start with the cocoa itself. Ivory Coast and Ghana produce nearly 60% of the world's cocoa supply. A farmer there might earn somewhere between $1 and $3 per kilogram of dried beans. A single chocolate bar uses roughly 40 grams of cocoa. Do the math, and the actual cocoa in that bar cost the farmer less than 20 cents to produce. But farming cocoa isn't simple. It requires land, labor, pesticides, and patience. Cocoa trees take years to mature. Many cocoa farmers operate on subsistence margins. When global cocoa prices drop, which happens regularly, entire harvests become barely profitable. That's where the structural problem deepens. Child labor exists in cocoa farming not because companies are indifferent, though accountability matters, but because families in extreme poverty often have no other option. Children work on family farms or are trafficked into labor because the economics don't support adult wages. It's a symptom of a system where the farmer's slice of the chocolate bar's price is simply too small. Now trace that cocoa upstream. It moves through middlemen, exporters, and shipping containers. It gets refined, processed, mixed with sugar and milk. Factories add machinery, overhead, marketing. Retailers add their margin. Your $2 bar has passed through a dozen hands, each taking a cut. The farmer's original 20-cent cocoa bean has become a $2 product, but the farmer still earns 20 cents. Everyone else in the chain, processors, shippers, distributors, retailers, captures the remaining value. That's how a supply chain works when the raw material comes from a region with limited bargaining power. Some companies have experimented with direct trade, certification programs, and price premiums for farmers. These exist not as charity, but as attempts to adjust the economics. They show that the current structure isn't inevitable. It's a choice embedded in how global markets price risk and labor. Your chocolate bar tastes the same whether that cocoa farmer earned subsistence wages or slightly better ones. But understanding what's actually baked into that price, the land, the labor, the centuries of colonial economics that shape these trade patterns, that's what changes how you see the product itself. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to uncover the hidden economics behind the products you use every day. There's always more beneath the surface. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.